All right. Well, welcome everybody. Happy Friday. Like I said just a couple seconds ago, we shouldn't really need many props tonight. It'll just be us having fun, playing around with some maybe different things tonight. And we're going to play around with a little bit with arm balances. And so it'll be kind of fun. Nothing too crazy. But a little bit different work. So feel free to, sit things out. I'll try to show some prep poses before. So feel free, if you're like, I am not going to balance on my arm tonight, feel free to just do the prep poses or, try them a little bit. And guess what? We're all human. We're just going to play, right? That's what this is all about. So let's find that comfortable seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Tall spine, but relaxed spine. So we want some movement here. And then just start to soften the body. So shoulders coming down, maybe pulling them back a little bit. I need to breathe. So take a nice deep breath in. Nice and slow. Take your time. Long exhale out. Finding a couple more of these slow, even breaths. Find some softness in the face, the eyes, the jaw. All right, excellent. Let's bring our chin down towards the chest. From here, we will set our sankalpa, our intention for our practice tonight. And go ahead and send a kind thought off to someone else. Beautiful. Let's slowly start to lift the head up, blink open the eyes a little bit. And we're going to start with some stretching. So we're going to go back. The last couple of weeks, we were kind of working with some hatha stretches and moves with our feet and our ankles. So we're going to do that to start with tonight too. So go ahead and just point the toes, not the whole foot, just the toes come forward. And then bring them back. Go ahead, point them forward. And back. And again, bring them forward. And bring them back. Beautiful. Shake it out if you need to. Wiggle the toes a little bit. All right. This time I'm going to bring my hands up overhead. It makes it a little bit, little more difficult. So if you get tired with your arms being up overhead, feel free to drop them down at any time. But let's go ahead with the full ankle. Point the toes forward. Hold. We'll notice they start to warm up a little bit. Bring the toes back. Bring the toes forward. Make sure you're nice and straight with that spine, even bringing the chest forward a little bit. It's a very active pose, even though we're just starting out, warming up. And bring those ankles, those toes back. Spread those toes open if you can. Nice tall spine. One more round going forward and back. So go forward, hold. Yeah, and bring them back and hold. One more breath. And drop those hands down, release. Go ahead and shake those legs. Maybe even go side to side, whatever you need. Just a little movement. Warm them up. Roll the shoulders if you need to. All right. Now we're going to come to a seated position, same seated position. I'm going to bring my knee up, bring my hands underneath my knee here. And we're going to bring that nice tall spine back to us. And we're going to extend this leg. Now notice the mine's not fully straight to start with, so that's okay. Just go where it feels like, oh, that's where it's going right now. Bring it back in. Straighten it up. Maybe you'll get a little straighter. Back in. Straighten it up. And back in. And notice with that tall spine, you're kind of working the core a little bit too. back in here. We're gonna hold it a little while, so feel free. If it starts to feel uncomfortable or cramp up, mine is shaking, but it doesn't hurt, so I'm gonna hold it here. Yes, a little bit of a stretch. Excellent, bring that leg down, shake it out, and we'll move to the other side. Same thing, be very mindful. You know, one side, I was talking about, one side's different than the other. It's because we have favorite sides, left-handed, right-handed, what we, you know, walk forward with the first foot. Yep, it's all part of it. So bring that knee up, here we go. Extend, maybe that first one's not so straight, that is okay. Bring it back in. Extend it out. And bring it back in. Extend it out. Maybe notice after a couple of these come, you know, which side might be a little bit easier. If it's the more stretch or strength. Bring it back in. So just becoming aware of your body and how it moves, where your strengths, where your weaknesses are. One more time, and then we're gonna hold. So bring it back in. Here we go, bring it up and hold. So for me, I notice I'm shaking less. I'm still shaking a little bit, but still shaking less on this side. Beautiful, breathe. Couple more breaths here. And bring it down, shake it out, shake the arms out too. You're holding that leg a little bit. All right, we're gonna go into staff pose, which is a simple looking pose, but it's not necessarily super easy. So be mindful, you're like, oh my gosh, this is harder than I thought. I totally understand. So we'll start with our feet. We're gonna pull the feet back. We're gonna pull the body up just like we did, very active through the legs. And we're actually going to engage those legs. So you're gonna pull, you're gonna tighten up the legs here. Press the hands down by your side, press them into the floor, lifting the head and chest, but then drop the chin a little bit and press down, pull those toes back. Everything's engaged. Yes. And then we're gonna release and do a forward fold. So hold it for just a little longer and release, find that forward fold. So long spine, come forward and then come down. Just release and relax into this stretch here. Breathe. Excellent. Slowly start to come up. We're going to do this again. This time, instead of engaging and lifting our heels off the floor, we're going to press those heels down into the floor, still engaging the legs. So pull those toes back a little bit, press the heels down into the floor. Nice tall spine, press the hands down and engage those arms. If your arms are long enough, you might be able to get off the floor a little bit. Chin comes in, long back of the spine, pull the belly in and breathe. Everything's engaged here. We'll hold it for 3 more breaths. Last inhale and exhale. And when you complete that, we'll find that forward fold again. Release, come forward, long spine, and find that stretch. Slowly start to come back up. We're gonna find a little twist action tonight, so go ahead and lift those hands up. This is all warm up, but still we're working. We'll get a little stretch here. I'm gonna bring my left hand forward, right one back, exhale, move with the breath. Inhale, up towards our center, nice and long. Exhale, move it down. Inhale, back up towards our center, twisting, and exhale, bring it down. Now, if you want to, you can move it a little bit faster. You can come up and force that exhale and inhale to move just a little faster, warming up the body a little bit more. Ujjayi breath if you know it. You can do that. Start to engage the bandhas. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. So Mula Bandha is like a kegel, like you're pulling in the pelvic floor. Uddiyana Bandha is pulling in the belly. There's another one, Jalandhara Bandha, but that is closing the throat off. And we don't want that. We want to breathe tonight. Last one, I'm going to turn. I'm going to have my left hand behind me, right one to the front. And then I'm going to come to our center, bring those hands down. Relax, nice breath in, release the legs. And exhale fully. Excellent. I'm going to come out to a wide-legged stance. So find some space, whether you need to turn to the side of your mat or move things out of the way, I understand. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go do some movement from side to side. So we're just gonna start working those sides a little bit. So I'm gonna bring my hands back behind my head and just come down. Lift up to the center and to the other side. Now you might notice it's gonna engage those obliques. If you've taken some of my other classes this week, we've been working on this as well, right? Side, back to the center, to the side, back to the center. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back to my center. And what I'm gonna do is take that top hand and reach it over a little bit, working on a little bit of length through that side body. Might take it a little slower. So more than the strength, we're working on that stretch through the side body, the side ribs, extend, back to center, and extend over. Back to center, extend and reach, center. We'll go one more on each side. Back towards our center. We're gonna come down and hold. So if it didn't feel great to you and you wanna keep with the movement, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, we're gonna bring that right hand down. I'm actually gonna bring this right hand and reach it over like compass pose, if you guys know it, over to the thigh. Drop the shoulder down towards the knee. Extend that arm out. And of course, if you can reach the toe, that's just a length of your arms versus length of your legs. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. That's okay. Just look up. So try to bring that shoulder back and open up. And like I said, if you can touch, that's great. If not, guess what? It's just how you're built. And we're gonna hold a little bit longer. And when I'm talking about how you're built, it's literally just proportions. It's nothing, nothing that is wrong with you or wrong with the pose. If you can't get there, inhale, let's come back up. It's literally just the length of your arms, length of your legs versus length of your torso. It's math. It's math. Terrible math, right? Left hand to that right thigh. Dropping that shoulder down towards the knee. Extend over, same thing. Just we want that rotation open, and then if you can reach down to the toe, great. If not, just reach out in front of you. Or even drop it down. If you want to drop it down and just touch your leg, that works too. Notice that opening on the side ribs. Trying to keep that breath open and even. So if you start to struggle with the breath, I want you to come back up, maybe come back down, or just take a break. A couple more breaths here. Enjoying our upside down twisted pose. And we'll come back up towards our center. Give yourself a second. Maybe you need another couple little short little twists. Beautiful. We're going to find some movement. We're going to find some salutations, just a couple of them to warm up the body, and then we're going to play around with our arm balances and things. So let's come to a tabletop, all fours. You know what? I need a couple cat cows. So round the back, lift towards the belly. Belly sags, look up. Round the back, exhale. Inhale, look up. Excellent. Find that neutral spine. Tuck the toes under. Find your first downward dog. Go ahead and pedal it out if you need to. Start to look forward towards your hands, thinking about stepping or hopping forward. When you're ready, go ahead and do so. Beautiful. And then find that forward fold. So drop the head down. Maybe find a little stretch here. And when you're ready, we're going to come on up. We're going to come up with a flat back if you can. If you want to drop the knees or roll up, that's fine. Otherwise, we're going to come up straight up. Reach out. Maybe find just a tiny back bend. And then we're going to find our hands at heart center. Move over just a tiny bit so you guys can see. All right, we're going to do the hot tub version of a salutation. So this is with that 8-angle pose rather than chaturanga coming down. So we're going to do some work with chaturanga later. So inhale, let's bring those hands up overhead. Little bit of back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Nice flat back all the way down. Exhale, drop the head and chest. Inhale, halfway lift. So we're looking out in front of us. We're going to take our right foot and step it behind us. We're going to keep up on the toes, drop the knee, look up. Hold for just a moment. Enjoy that stretch through the hips. And then find downward dog. Connect with your breath here. Ujjayi if you know it. All right, Ashtanga, so the 8-angle pose. Come forward, knees come down, chin and chest come down, elbows stay close to the body, engage the back. I'm not sinking down quite yet. Hold it for just a second. And then release all the way down to the floor. Press the top of your feet down into the floor, squeeze the glutes, pull the shoulder blades back, find a little cobra. And exhale back down, finding down dog. So back to tabletop and up, or push up back to that downward dog. Reconnecting with that breath. Excellent. Right foot is going to step forward between the hands, then left foot. Beautiful. Nice little crouch. Here we go. Up into Utkatasana, mighty pose, little chair pose. If this is tight on the knees, I'm noticing mine are a little tight with this first one. I'm just going to come up a little bit. I can notice my toes are on, just out. I can see my toes beyond my knees. Press into the heels and breathe. You can look up through the hands if your neck allows it. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. Come back, building back bend. Exhale, hands at heart center. Take a deep breath in. Release the hands down. We'll start with the other side. Here we go. Inhale, hands come up. Back bend. And exhale, forward fold. Nice, come all the way down. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And come down. Left foot is going to step back this time. Remember, staying up on the toes. Knee comes down. Look up. Hold. Enjoy this stretch. If this is too much, you can come back. But if you can get here and enjoy that little stretch through the hip flexor, go ahead and do so. Coming to downward dog. So drop the hands. Slide that front foot back. Downward dog. Reconnect with that breath. All right, Ashtanga, knees come down, chin and chest come down. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, stay just off the mat. It's just so you're touching the mat, but you still feel that nice tension. You're working a little bit here. Pull the belly in and release. Press the feet down, squeeze the glutes, protect that lower back. Come on up, you can look up if you like. Big breath in. And exhale, come down. Finding down dog. Push up and up, or tabletop and up. Couple breaths. Returning with our left foot is going to come forward. So go ahead, bring the left foot forward, right foot forward in that nice little couch. Mighty pose, Utkatasana chair. Oh, I can stay a little bit deeper this time, right? If your knees are a little bit warmer, shift the weight into the heels. See if you can wiggle those toes. Breathe. Look up to the hands if you can. Nice and strong. Inhale, come up all the way. Exhale, bring those hands down. Hands at heart center. We're going to move a little bit faster through one more on each side. All right. Big breath in. Exhale, drop those hands down. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Look forward. Come back down. Right foot comes back. Knee comes down. Look up. Hold. Downward dog. Ashtanga, knees, chin, and chest come down towards the floor. Hold. Bring knees down to the floor. Cobra, big cobra if you like. You can press up as deeply as you wish. Squeeze those glutes. Press down with the feet. And then come down and find your downward dog. Right foot comes forward, left foot comes forward. Nice little chair. Sweep up, hold, look up. Beautiful. Inhale, up all the way. Exhale, down. Hands at center. And release down. Inhale, all the way up. Little back bend. Exhale, come forward, fold. Beautiful. Halfway lift. Moving to that left side, left foot steps back, knee comes down, look up. Beautiful, exhale, come down, downward dog. Nice, Ashtanga, knees, chin, and chest. Squeeze that back. Press with those hands, belly is in. And release down. Pull the shoulder blades back, press up as deeply as you wish. You get a little bit more back bend, at least I do, when I squeeze into those glutes. Come on down, find downward dog. Couple breaths here. Knees down, bring your knees together. We're gonna do child's pose, but bring them together, and then you can leave the hands out in front or stack the fists, rather than the wide-legged sinking down in. Want a little more active resting pose here. So find that little child's pose. If this is not comfortable, for sure go back to, if you want the wide-legged forward fold or the wide-legged child's pose, that is absolutely fine. Check in with the breath, with the body. All right, come on up when you're ready. We're gonna come to tabletop all fours. I'm gonna move over to this side so you guys can see me. You can just stay where you are on your mat. We're going to kind of do a nice little dragonfly twist. We're gonna do a nice downward dog. We're gonna have fun, here we go. So tuck the toes under, find that downward dog. Excellent, left foot we're gonna bring up high into the sky. Go ahead, bend that knee, bring it open, open that hip. If you want to find some movement here, go ahead, find some circles. Excellent, then lift it high up into the sky, square the hips forward, step that left foot up between the hands. Dragonfly twist, so right hand comes down, left hand comes up. Nice big stretch. And then we're gonna find some movement. So that hand's gonna come forward and down between the other hand and the foot, reach back, reach up. And this is where you get to play a little bit. You can find some movement. I'm gonna move a little even more, so if you need to take a peek, open up however you want. Coming down and in, maybe finding a little strength, length, a little length in the front leg too. Play around, a little movement. Inhale, opening up, and exhale, coming down and under. slowing it down. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. Reaching up and bringing it under. One more. Reach it up and bring it under. And we're going to place both those hands down onto the floor. We're going to drop that back knee down. We're going to take that back foot and turn it. So you can't really turn it out. You're going to bring it in. Bring that right hand up. Nice big T. Come on up. Ah, that's pretty cool, right? We're going to come down into a bind. We're going to bring this elbow down to the knee. And we're going to bring this underneath the leg. It doesn't matter. You can just reach under the leg. Top hand reaches down behind. Open that top shoulder up. If you can reach your fingertips, you can grab onto your fingertips. Otherwise, just pretend like you're reaching out behind you. So you might see where this is going to go. We're going to do this in a full dragonfly here. All right, so come back up. Nice big T. Bring that front hand down, back hand down. Pivot that knee. Step back. Downward dog. Moving to the other side. Left leg comes high into the sky. Bend that knee. Rotate open. Excellent. Take that back leg, that right leg. Step it forward. All right, hands come to the inside. Same thing on the other side. So left hand down, right hand up. Nice big dragonfly twist. And then start to find that movement. So reaching back, reaching forward, opening up, reaching back, open up. And again, if you want to straighten that front leg a little and find a little stretch there, find whatever works good for you. Slow it down, speed it up, whatever is kind of calling to you tonight. You know where we're going. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, open up. Last one. Reach under. Open up. Both hands come to the inside of that foot. Dragonfly twist. So the inside hand comes up. Excellent. Bring that hand down. Drop that back knee. Pivot that back foot. Left hand comes up. You can come into that T, kind of get situated a little bit. And here we go. So we can drop it down. Remember, this hand goes underneath. And you can just maybe reach back, whatever works best for you. Top hand comes down. See if we can open that chest. And it helps maybe a little to press those hips forward. Finding that little bit of a bind. A little different pose, right? Find your breath. All right, drop that bottom hand. Top hand comes up. Beautiful. Top hand comes to the inside or to the outside of the hand. Pivot that back foot back to our high lunge and then step back, downward dog. Now with the breath here, we're going to move to the other side again. Are we ready for this? Sure we are. All right. Right foot comes high into the sky. Open it up. We're not going to do a whole lot of those stretches again. We're just going to open it up. Bring that foot forward. Yes. All right. Here we go. Hand comes to the inside of the foot. First, let's do the dragonfly twist again. So, hand on the inside. Open up. Dragonfly twist. Stay here if you want. Otherwise, we're going to find that bind on this side. Right hand comes down. We're going to pivot that back foot. Heel comes down. Left hand comes up. So we're in this nice little lunge here. It's actually extended side angle, right? Drop that hip, shoulder down. Back hand, this hand comes under. Top hand comes down and around. Open up this nice little bind. Pull open that shoulder. Breathe. Drop that back hand down, or that bottom hand down. Top hand comes to the inside, and we can, if you want to press this hand out to the side, or just step back into that downward dog. I'm going to stay in this direction so you can see the bind this time. You want to take a peek when we get to there. So left foot comes high into the sky. Bring it forward between the hands. Bring that outside hand to the inside. Then lift it up through the inside. I want you nice and close. That's where we're in. Nice dragonfly twist. And here we go with that bind, right? Hand comes to the inside of the foot, nice and close. We're gonna pivot that back foot, bring up that right hand, reach up, and here's that bind. We're gonna drop that shoulder down. We can reach under that leg, drop that top hand down. And here is the bind. But again, this is the function of having long arms, right? So if you're here, that is totally okay. Excellent. Drop that bottom hand down. Other hand down. Step back into that downward dog. Go ahead down into active child's pose. So knees stay together. Hips come back. Fist on top of one another. And down. Find a couple breaths here. Try to slow the breath down just a little bit. All right, when you're ready, slowly start to come up towards our mat. Take a little breather, head up. And we're gonna practice a little bit of an arm balance here. It's gonna be a little bit of stretch, but we're gonna get just on our hands and we'll be on one foot. How does that sound? Sounds great, right? Okay, come to our tabletop all fours. We're gonna come into downward dog. Find that breath. All right, we'll bring our left foot forward. Drop those hips down. Bring the hands to the inside of the foot. Looks familiar, just like what we did, right? Feel free to drop the back knee anytime you want to. Actually, let's do that. Let's bring that back knee down. And if you want to bring the top of the foot down, go ahead and do so. So from here, if this is all you're gonna do, if you're like, I can't go down any further, stay right here. Otherwise, if you can come down onto your forearms, even if it's a little bent, that's okay. But if you can come down, little dragon action here. Turn a little bit so you can see. Beautiful. All right, you ready for this? This is gonna be our arm balance on this side. All right, I'm gonna come up just a little bit. This inside hand, I'm gonna reach it under and around that foot, right? So I have a little bit on the shelf on my shoulder. It's not, okay, so from here, tuck that back toe, see if you can lift up, pressing through that foot. Now, if you have short arms, you might need a block for this. You might need blocks to press up into. But you will still feel that pressure coming off that front foot, right? So find that little arm balance. Now here's the fun part. See if you can swing that foot around, back into downward dog. All right, are we ready for the other side? Yeah. All right, right foot comes high into the sky. Bring it forward between the hands, or let's bring it to the outside of the hands, is what I did, right? So if you have it on the outside, bring that hand to the inside, little stretch. Drop the back knee down. You can drop the top of the foot down if you like. Come down to our dragon pose or lizard pose. We come down onto the forearms. If this feels okay, we're gonna find that arm balance. I'm gonna move a little bit so you can see again. So we take that inside hand, reach it around. If you stay low enough, you can really get this leg on top of your shoulder if you're flexible enough, right? Otherwise it might be here. It's still okay. You can still reach around that foot, right? So then we go ahead, tuck that back toe under, come up into that nice little high little lunge here, and then just lift that foot off, right? A little bit of an arm balance, a little bit of fun. We hold if we can. We breathe, and then we see if we can sweep it out around. I know that's a little difficult. Work up to it and find downward dog. Nice deep breath in. Big exhale up. Knees come down. Active child's pose. All right, slowly start to come up just to a seated position. We're gonna move into another arm balance. And this one I'm actually gonna show you beforehand, just so you can get an idea of where we're going with this, because this is in Chaturanga, and I don't want you sitting there going, oh my God, I'm trying to look and do the pose, right? So I will kind of show you where we're going with this. I will show it quickly, right? So we're gonna come into downward dog. We're gonna play around, we're gonna bring a knee to a shoulder, and maybe this is where you just hold, and that's your pose where you're going tonight. That's maybe it. We'll come back into our downward dog. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come forward into that plank, bring that knee here, and then we're gonna drop down. Notice the little shelf I built with my elbow, and then we see if we can extend the leg out. And of course I'm shaking a little bit. We'll hold it as fast as we can, bring it in, and come back to our downward dog. All right, you ready for this? I gotta do them the other side first, and then I'll go back. So, you know where we're going, do as much as you can, hang out and watch, work on planks. All right, here we go. Tabletop, all fours. Nice breath in, big full breath out, find some strength. And here we go, tuck the toes under, finding downward dog. Excellent. We're gonna come forward into that plank, that high plank, and if you can, bring that knee to that shoulder. We won't stay here very long because I want you to get into that other pose, right? Come back, downward dog. If you want to stay and do that pose again, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, we are gonna come forward into that high plank. Bring that knee to the elbow. Drop forward into our chaturanga. Extend the leg out. Hold as best you can. And when you're ready, see if we can come back nice and gracefully back into our downward dog. Now, let's drop the knees down. You probably could have held there maybe a little bit longer, but I noticed my leg was tightening up. So feel free, if you want to stay in those poses longer than I am, you absolutely are welcome to, right? Other side. And I want you guys to practice these like outside of this hour practice that we have tonight. Rotate the hands, wrists, if you're feeling it, fingers. All right, here we go. Tabletop, all fours. Tuck those toes under, finding our downward dog. All right, go into that high plank. Knee to that shoulder, hold. This might be your pose for the night. Coming back into our downward dog. All right, come forward into that high plank. Knee to that shoulder. Come forward, shelf for our knee. Bring it out. Extend that leg. Nice, hold. This one I can hold longer. Bring it back. Downward dog. Bring it down. Active. Let's go into a resting child pose. Knees down. We can bring our fists on top of each other. A little bit more rest. All right, slowly start to make your way back up. We have one more kind of balance pose, arm balance pose that we're gonna work on tonight. And this is one that I'm working on. It's not one that I can do yet. So I'll show you the prep part of it. If you can get up and just balance on your arms, you are welcome to do that. I'm gonna show you very quickly what this is. It's called Funky Pinch Up. So what we do, like I said, I'll show you quickly. We come into, with our hands together, elbows out, and we come into like a dolphin pose. But before we do that, we'll move our hands out parallel to one another. And then you take the one hand and pull it back. Notice it's across from my elbow. And what I'm gonna do is then I'm gonna come into this dolphin pose. See the shelf here? Knee comes here. Look down. Now, if you can float that back foot up, I cannot, but this is a preparatory pose for this. And believe it or not, it's easier than it looks. Come down, Knees come down, and we'll come to seated. It's kind of fun. So it's not as much arm balancing probably until you get that back foot up. And I'm sure it's an advanced pose, but hey, we're just gonna have fun and try this piece of it. So let's come to our tabletop, all fours. Drop down to the elbows. So we're gonna grab onto our hands, bring those elbows out, nice and wide here. Bring both hands parallel. Bring one hand back, so you just slide it straight back, so it's right across from your elbow. We're gonna tuck the toes under and find kind of that little dolphin pose. So our head is down, I'm up on my toes, and then the same side where that elbow is back, we bring that knee way up towards that shoulder. Look forward to that front hand, maybe pitch forward a little bit, press, press, press. And of course, you can lift that back leg, right? Not tonight, maybe, right? Bring that foot back, knees down, and come to seated, right? We're still having fun, we're still learning, it's a good thing. If any of you can do this, I want pictures, right? All right, other side. So, come down onto the elbows, grab those hands, find that nice stable base. Bring those hands out. All right, other hand slides back. It's right straight across from that elbow. Tuck those toes under. Find that nice little dolphin-like pose. Shift your weight over to the one side. Wherever that bent elbow is, we bring that knee forward. Look forward towards the hand. Maybe press, press, press. Pull the belly in. And of course, we can lift that back leg. Imagine yourself lifting that back leg up to the ceiling. Oh, beautiful. When you're ready, float that foot back down. Drop the knees down. Nice wide leg, child's pose. Forehead down. And I want you to imagine in your head, you did awesome and you did those poses for sure. In our mind, we did. Tabletop, we are done with our arm balances. We're just going to do a nice stretchy flow. So tuck those toes under. Find one more downward dog for me. Nice and slow, find that breath. Look forward towards the hands. Walk or hop forward. If you hadn't tonight, you might just walk forward, right? Forward fold. Inhale. You'll come all the way up. Nice flat back if you're still can. If you're like, I'm just going to roll up, that's cool too, right? Hands at heart center. Nice breath in, big full breath out. Maybe thinking about that sankalpa, that goal that we set for ourselves tonight. Excellent. Let's bring that right foot back, warrior two. Nice and strong. If the arms are tired, drop those elbows. You can clasp those hand palms down or up. Whatever works for you tonight. Nice and strong, warrior two. I'm going to reach back out. I'm going to flip that front hand and find a reverse, but I like looking down at that back foot. I'm going to straighten my front leg, bring that back hand up and reach and stretch over, reminding myself of that compass pose that we started with. That nice strong stretch. Beautiful. Release the hands, and we'll keep the legs straight here. We're going to go right into a triangle. I'm going to soften my front knee a little bit. Finding triangle. Find your breath. Coming back into our warrior two. We're going to settle in a little deeper warrior. So we're going to come into that side angle stretch. Not as deeply. We're not going to come down to the floor. You can come to the floor if you like. So if you want to slide the hand all the way to the floor, you're welcome to. I'm going to stay right here on my knee. I'm going to peel that shoulder back, reminiscent of those poses, those binds that we did tonight, but softer, really reaching up, pressing down through the feet, nice and stable. On your next inhale, come on back up. To our warrior two, nice and strong. And when you're ready, we're going to take that leap of faith back to the front. Hands at heart center, bow the head, just a moment. Exhale fully. And we'll start to move to the other side. So stepping back to the left, find that warrior two. Nice and strong. Tired arms, come elbows down, either palms up or down. Those shoulder blades together, open the chest a little. When you're ready, float them out, flip that front hand, reverse, looking down to that back foot. If that feels better on your neck and it's easier on your balance, go ahead and do so. If you want to look up, that's fine too. Float that back hand up. We're going to straighten that front leg. Reach over. Remembering our compass pose in the beginning. Release those hands, coming floating down to our triangle. Look up if you can. Find your balance. Back down, soften the knee, coming back to our warrior two. Nice and strong, lengthen through the spine, through the neck, soften the face. Extended side angle, so hand comes to the floor or down to that front knee. Reach that back hand up and over. Nice and strong and straight, look up towards the ceiling if you can. Excellent, come back up towards our warrior two. Nice and strong. Calm face, calm thoughts. Soften that back knee, straighten that right. Come down, lean forward. Bring those hands at heart center, big breath in. Exhale, bring those hands down at your side. Release those shoulders down. Close the eyes if you like. Take a little breath here. Excellent. Inhale, bring those hands up overhead. Sweep them up, palms together. Bottom of the palms to all the fingers. Reach up if you can. Hold. And find that forward fold. You can either come straight back or bring those hands right down in front of the face, passing nose, the throat, the heart. We soften the knees, coming down to the ground. Place the hands down onto the floor. The knees are nice and soft and bent, but if you want, you can straighten them up, pull the head in. Inhale, find that halfway lift, nice and long, so come up quite a bit. 93 degrees, I say, right? Pull those shoulder blades back together, look forward, soften the knees slightly, bellies in. On your next exhale, forward fold. Hop or step back into high plank. Beautiful. Find chaturanga, stopping those elbows right at the chest, at the rib cage. Looking forward if you can. Inhale to up dog. Press down firmly with the feet. Squeeze the glutes, look up. And then slide into our downward dog. Reconnecting with our breath. posture, so drop the knees down or look forward between the hands and you can jump forward and find a seat. All right, let's bring those feet out in front of us one more time. Give them a little shake down. Thank them for working, right? Little rock side to side, if that feels good. If you want to take another forward fold, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, let's go ahead and bring those feet together into Baddha Konasana. So feet are together, we let those knees come out to the side. Feel free if you want to do the, I call it the foot flip, right? Thumb goes to underneath the ball of the foot right here. And then we take our other 4 fingers, wrap them around the back side of the foot, and we pull those feet open. Pinky side stays together, feet, and we pull the big toes away from one another. Lift the chin and chest a little. Nice breath in, big full breath out. Excellent, we'll start to release that. Bring those knees, go ahead and take them up together. We're gonna come move it down to our back. So go ahead, reach those hands underneath the thighs, roll down. Bring those knees in towards the chest. Give me a little rock side to side. Bring your thoughts back to the intention that you set for your practice tonight. And bring your thoughts back to the kind thought that you sent to someone else. If you'd like to take any more final poses, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, the rest of us, we will go down into our Shavasana. So go ahead, pull the forehead towards the knees, honoring yourself and honoring others. Squeeze tight, tight, tight. Squeeze the eyes, the jaw, everything tight, tight, tight. Then release, full body stretch, fingers to the back. Big breath in, open the heart. And exhale, release down into the mat. Take a moment to press the back of your hands, the feet down. Squeeze them against the earth and release and melt down in. Bring your awareness to your breath. Nice and slow and deep. The eyes are closed. Find some stillness in the body. Find some stillness in the mind. your breath. Maybe starting to breathe a little more deeply. Start to bring some movement to the body. Wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Maybe rocking the head from side to side. Feel free to stay here on your back a little bit longer. Otherwise, go ahead, reach out with one hand, bring the knees up to the ceiling, and roll over to that side where the arm is, taking a little resting position on your side. When you're ready, start to slowly make your way back up to a seated position. I welcome you to bring your hands at heart center if you wish. I will seal this practice with an Om. If you're in a comfortable place to join me, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, just go ahead and listen in. Big breath in. I thank each and every one of you for joining me in this practice today, for exploring through our practice and having a little fun. The light and teacher in me honors the light and teacher in each one of you. Namaste. Excellent. I hope you guys enjoy this practice tonight. I love feedback, so feel free to reach out to me and let me know what you liked, what you didn't, and what we can work on in the future. Take care, everybody.